Yeah. You ready? Hey. Let's go. Back. I'm at my prime. I don't need your endorsement. I don't need reinforcement. Giving you your last warning, 'cause I'm at my prime. Yeah. I'm at my prime. Whoa.
This is the last game day of the inaugural season of the European Football Alliance. 2 more games gonna take place today, and both of them have playoff implication. Only 2 teams are set to play in the BIG4 tournament on the 15th and 16th of August, which will be the 2 half-finals of the European Football Alliance. Munich Ravens and Nordic Storm are the teams that are in the seats number 1 and 2. But we are looking to find number 3 and 4 today. We are at Bohemian Stadium in the Czech Republic, where the Prague Lions are welcoming the Frankfurt Galaxy. Calling this game for you, my name is Jörg Opur-Poklik, and with me is our color commentator for today's game, and this is a champion. Last time with the Stuttgart Surge, last champion of the European Football League was Mr. Dr. Florian Lengauer. Hey, Flo, how are you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited about this game. Let's see what happens today, and let's see who's making the playoffs today.
Well, the way to the playoffs for the Frankfurt Galaxy are pretty easy. The Prague Lions are out of playoff contention. The Frankfurt Galaxy, they have to win, and they're in. If they lose, they shouldn't lose with more than 23 points. And they are in the playoffs. They are in the BIG4 tournament, which would be essential for the Frankfurt Galaxy because it's taking place in their home stadium. This is a must-win today for Galaxy, right?
It definitely is. If I would be the Frankfurt Galaxy head coach, I will leave it all on the field today. Also make sure to keep the momentum going, get a win, get a good feeling for the BIG4 coming up in your own hometown, in your home stadium. And yeah, give it all today. Also maybe get a little playbook shape already, going for the BIG4 and try something new. Maybe throw some plays out, put some new plays in and try them. And yeah, get away with a win today is crucial for them.
And one should not forget the Galaxy is still in the process of including their new quarterback, Zach Calzada, into their offensive scheme. So he just came 2 weeks ago, had maybe now 4 or 5 practices with the team. So you have to adapt the playbook to your new quarterback. You have to build up some connection with the quarterback and the wide receivers, which is something that is not so easy. I mean, Flo, you played wide receiver. How hard is that to adjust to a new quarterback?
It's definitely not easy in such a short time period, and let me tell you this, it's totally different if you're on the practice field and if you're on the game field, if there's an opponent you know and if there's some teammates around you. So they should use this game 100% to get their quarterback involved with the wide receivers, get some timing routes in, and also get ready for the connection of the receivers and the quarterback. Also with the O-line, get some checks in, get the playbook installed more and more for him, because in that short time period, it's a lot for him to learn new. And I'm excited how they will manage this, and let's see how he can adapt to surroundings here in Prague.
We have to say the first showing of Zach Calzada in the uniform of the Frankfurt Galaxy was not really prime. But it was the Frankfurt Galaxy playing the Nordic Storm, and they had a devastating loss of 9-47. Zach Calzada only completed 14 of 35 passing attempts, 1 interception, 178 yards passing, and 1 touchdown. But one has to hand it to him. He had 2 practices with the team before playing the Nordic Storm, and the Nordic Storm has probably the toughest defensive backfield in the whole league.
They definitely have. They have so many good imports on their defensive side with Mitchell Faddick, also the other American import. Then have Maceo Bird also in the backfield. It's really tough to throw against them, and also have very promising linebackers who can also get some picks in. So I would say 14 completed passes is not the best stats, but also not the worst. Having just 1 interception is also totally fine against their defense, and today is definitely the day they can try something new and also get the connection going. And the backfield of the Prague Lions is promising, but I would say not as good as the former Nordic Storm.
We just saw the officiating crew hitting the field, led by the whitehead of this game, which is Jonas Zeppelin, who will announce the calls and will be responsible naturally for the coin toss coming up. And the Prague Lions, they had 2 big losses in a way. They had Willie P. that broke his collarbone another time. I mean, he had that in the last couple of years a couple of times, that he broke his collarbone. And they lost actually Matiashvili, who headed off towards the US to play college football, the upcoming star of the Prague Lions, the young whiteout with the number 12. So they lost last week, and this means that they are out of the playoff race. They have no chance anymore to make it to the Big 4 tournament. So for them, it's just celebrating this. Yeah, it is a certain rivalry that they developed with the Frankfurt Galaxy. So it's going to be very interesting what kind of personnel and how James Brooks, the head coach of the Prague Lions, will be heading into this matchup with the man in purple, with the Frankfurt Galaxy that is about to hit the field.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it's a huge loss for their offense, losing their 2 best wide receivers. Also, Willie Patterson is involved a lot in not only the passing game, but also in screens, and sometimes they line him up as a running back, hand him the ball just to get him involved in the game and let him make it his thing, and make some people miss, jump over some people. He's a very, very athletic wide receiver. And also Matthias Billy, great young wide receiver. Losing him to the US is great for him. I'm really happy for him personally, but tough loss for the Prague Lions offense, losing their 2 best wide receivers. It's tough for Henderson right now to keep that up, but I think he has the potential to also make some plays by himself and get other people involved in the game.
We see the head coach of the Frankfurt Galaxy, Coach K as they call him, Thomas Kösling, who really had to take a real shitstorm in social media within the last couple of weeks. A lot of people are blaming the bad performance of the Frankfurt Galaxy to Thomas Kösling. If you talk to the players, they see it totally different. There is no discussion about Thomas Kösling within the Frankfurt Galaxy team. So we are really prepared for a matchup that has only partly playoff implications, but it's going to be very, very interesting how the Prague Lions will present themselves in this matchup today.
I'm really excited about their offense, also keeping up with the losses we just mentioned before. But also, it's your last home game of the season. You want to get something good out of it, make a good performance. But also, I think maybe some young players who hadn't so much playing time the whole season are getting more and more onto the field during the game. So I'm really excited, and maybe some young players just take their chance and ball out today. So I'm really excited. The crowd also is going wild with the entrance of the Prague Lions. So I assume they will leave it all on the field today, especially because there's a little rivalry going on with the Frankfurt Galaxy, and they will not hand that win over so easy.
And one thing that is absolutely positive, a positive development by the Prague Lions, their home crowd is increasing and increasing. I mean, the Bohemian Stadium in Prague, in the capital of the Czech Republic, is by far not packed with people, but it's a definite development that one can see here in Prague. More and more fans are heading to watch the games of the Prague Lions, which are entering the field today. They have a couple of players they will be missing today. For example, defensive lineman number 99, Jakub Smutny, will not be playing today. So this is a key defensive player that they will be missing. Here we have head coach of the Prague Lions, Mr. James Brooks, who used to be defense coordinator for the Prague Lions, also played for the Prague Lions, then became a defense coordinator, and now became for this season the head coach of the Prague Lions.
Very experienced man, also coaching a great defense so far. They improved over the season, also the last couple of years, more and more. And I think that's also a factor right now why the stadium is getting packed and packed more and more over the couple of years they've been in European football. I really like to see that. Great development. And let's see if they can finish up with a win today in front of their home crowd.
Here we see Adam Żużelka, number 11, the running back. He is in a way the poster boy for the Prague Lions development, because a couple years ago nobody knew Adam Żużelka. Meanwhile, I think every defensive coordinator who is about to face the Prague Lions definitely knows Adam Żużelka, especially if you're running the ball through the middle. Adam Żużelka is a real power, hard to get off his feet, and a really shifty and powerful running back, number 11.
He definitely is. If you want to draw a comparison between the NFL and European football, I would say there is a little Derrick Henry in him, because he's a very big running back, also very physical, powerful, as you mentioned, a real workhorse, getting also third and shorts converted into a new first down, and it's definitely somebody you have to account for in your defense.
Now the two teams are going to line up. The Frankfurt Galaxy is already there. The Prague Lions will line up, and then we're going to head towards the national anthems. Naturally, the national anthem of Germany and the Czech Republic. The Galaxy in purple, the Prague Lions in white, and we're about to head into the national anthems, so we're going to shut up. One thing's for sure, Flo, as we have seen the players singing along the national anthem, the Galaxy has definitely won the singing contest.
Yeah, that's a good one. Maybe it's also due to the national anthem. They can sing out a little bit more, but actually I don't know the Czech anthem, so hard to tell.
Well, it's definitely not the Spanish national anthem, where a lot of German people always wonder why the players are not singing along. It's simply the fact that the Spanish anthem doesn't have any lyrics. it's only music, so you cannot sing along. We see the key players of the Frankfurt Galaxy warming up for this matchup, and the team captains are ready for the coin toss. We see Steven Nielsen, number 74, the offensive tackle, huge Danish guy for the Frankfurt Galaxy, who is back from injury, and this could be a very essential and important part that Steven Nielsen is back in the offensive line of the Frankfurt Galaxy, right?
I totally agree with you. He's one of the biggest O-linemen in whole Europe and also one of the best. His technique is almost unmatched, one of the best in Europe to ever do it, and having him back is also great for the new quarterback to get the connection in, also get him protected a little bit more. As far as I assume is that Steven Nielsen will take over the right tackle spot again. So yeah, let's see if he can play up to his standard, and other than that, the O-line of the Frankfurt Galaxy
Gentlemen,
stacked
welcome
again.
to the coin toss. We have Mr. Radim Krolik to toss the coin with us. We have a coin with heads and tails. Heads and tails. Visiting team, what is your call? Visiting team calls tails. Please, Radim, toss the coin. It is tails. Visitors, you have won and decided to receive the ball. Which way? You will kick that way. Okay. Thank you, teams. Have a great game.
Well, this is already an indicator. The Galaxy won the coin toss, and they did not defer. They decided they want to have the ball right away, which is in a way an aggressive showing, because normally most of the teams are deferring to the second half, because statistically seen, you have one drive more in a whole game if you defer to the second half. But the Galaxy said they want to have the ball right away, so they want to get into this game and put points on the board right away.
Well, I think that's, as you mentioned, it's an aggressive style. You want to have the ball and also score first, maybe on your first drive already. Keep the momentum on your side from start of the game till the end of the game. Let's see if this was the right decision, but me personally, I would like to defer, and yeah, let's play my defense first, but sometimes it's 50-50, and let's see how it turns out the rest of the game.
So it's all set up. We're ready to kick off the last game for these two teams of the inaugural regular season of the European Football Alliance. Marek Schruban, the place kicker of the Prague Lions, the one to kick it off. He has a huge leg. Longest field goal during this season was a 54-yarder. That was also in that matchup, that overtime win against the Paris Musketeers. So let's get on the way. The last game of the regular season has started. Ball is picked up. Nice return by Ashan Moore, still on his feet. Ashan Moore is going. Ashan Moore at the 20, 15, 10, 5. What a start into this game for the Frankfurt Galaxy, coast to coast. Kickoff return touchdown for Ashan Moore.
What a play. It was definitely the right decision to take the ball, I would say right now. So starting off the game with 6-0 with a returning touchdown is huge for them. Great momentum going on to the game, and that's why they probably wanted the ball first. Great kick return coverage here, huge hole, and then breaking 2 or 3 tackles. Great play by him, and then turn on the jets, sprinting through the huge hole across the field into the end zone.
Sean Moore, number 14, he joined the Frankfurt Galaxy coming out of Munich, coming from the Munich Ravens, and joined the Galaxy for this season. A speedy, shifty, I wouldn't say tiny, but more on the smaller side of the measurements, wide receiver, and who showed his speed, who showed how much he has in his legs. And the Galaxy is leading it 7-0. What a start into this matchup.
That's definitely something you want to have at the beginning of the game. First of all, if you elect to receive the ball, you want to have a good field position first. But if you can score on that play, you will never say no to an opening kick return touchdown at all. And he almost gets tripped up by his teammate in front of the end zone by Tyler Foster. But he managed to run into the end zone, getting cheered up by the whole team coming across. Great start from the Frankfurt Galaxy.
Wow, and we shouldn't forget the Frankfurt Galaxy got their part of having to watch a kickoff return touchdown. It was the second game of the season, I believe, against the Munich Ravens, where Bijan Harris took it right away coast to coast against the Galaxy, and now Sean Moore with this kickoff return touchdown. Unbelievable, what a start. Let's see what the Prague Lions have to offer. Ball jumps into the end zone, is then taken up.
Ball went right to the end zone, touchback, 35-yard line.
Ken Hike Jr., actually the free safety of the Prague Lions, a very, very dangerous punt and kickoff returner that they have back there. But this is Mr. Dangerous if we're talking about the Prague Lions. Jalen Henderson, a real, and I'm really talking a real dual threat quarterback. He can run it. He is, I think, within the number 5 rushers of the league. He can throw it. An excellent quarterback for the Prague Lions. Quick pass to the outside, finding his number 7, Radim Kalus.
Nice start off the offense already. That's what you want to have in the game. A easy completion in the first play, get your confidence up for your quarterback, also for your wide receivers. Quick game, 6 yards, 5 yards. Good start so far. Let's see what they dial up here in the next play.
For wide out, but a tight formation. Pitch to the outside. Adam Żużelka with the run, but he's getting nowhere.
Good play here by Chambers. The American DB coming down, making the play. Stuffing the hole the O-line created so far. No gain so far, and yeah, that's a third and manageable right now, but you definitely have to convert this into a first down. Otherwise, a 3 and out is not what you want to have at the first drive of the game.
3rd and 4, bunch trips to the left for the Prague Lions, pass over the middle, incomplete. And this will be a 3 and out for the Prague Lions, so the Galaxy is keeping their foot on the pedal. They're starting out strong in this matchup.
Carlos here right now looking for maybe a flag of the referee, but I would say this was a tight coverage, but definitely no PI here. Good coverage here, the hitch route. Tough against man coverage, but yeah, they didn't get away with it.
Punt is up and out. Fair catch is signaled by Paul Cavadier-Leonard, the wide receiver and punt returner of the Frankfurt Galaxy.
Wise decision here to take the fair catch. Ken Hike was right in front of him and could have made an easy tackle. maybe also forcing a fumble. So wise decision also with the sun maybe in his eyes, taking a fair catch and get your offense on the field the first time.
This is something a lot of people underestimate a lot of times, because if you're a punt returner, you're looking up into the sun. And then to keep focus on the ball is not as easy as it seems. So now we see the first drive of Zach Calzada, the new quarterback of the Frankfurt Galaxy, but this is a loss, trying this jet sweep kind of thing with Brevian Easton, the wide receiver with the number 81.
This didn't work out so well. I think there were some blockers missing, and also the Prague Lions, they read it perfectly here. Borkovic with number 0. Very, very good middle linebacker, reading it perfectly, making a tackle on the backfield with a no gain right now.
And Alexander Borkovic, that is the tackle machine of the Prague Lions. Calzada, quick pass to the outside, delivering it to Paul Leonard.
Little bubble screen here to the right. Nice completion for a little gain. Again, getting your receivers involved early in the game. Little confidence growing here with the quarterback and the receivers. Smart decision. Let's see how they manage the third down here right now.
3rd and 9 for the Galaxy. Pass Calzada, but that's incomplete. Actually thrown into a pretty tight coverage, trying to hit Adria Botella Moreno, his big Spanish tight end.
Botella Moreno here with a seam route. Little too wide in front of him. Also, I think he oversaw the safety on the right side, which delivers a hit here to him. And another 3 and out.
Punt by the Frankfurt Galaxy. Ball is picked up by, I believe it's Ken Hike Jr. Nope. It's not Ken Hike Jr. It was Keon Lissane Sr., the wide receiver they signed after Willie P. broke his collarbone and was out for the rest of the season. So now we're going to see the second drive of the Prague Lions, and we will see whether it's going to be a drive, because so far we have seen a 3 and out by the Prague Lions and a 3 and out by the Frankfurt Galaxy. After the Galaxy started with a boom into this game, with the opening kickoff being returned coast to coast by Sean Moore. Quick pass and a new first down for the Prague Lions. Jalen Henderson connecting with Keon Lissane Sr.
Nice little spot route here to the left side. I believe it was a so-called snag concept with a swing route of the running back, a deep clear-out route from the slot. And they go hurry up here right now. Another completion to his new wide receiver. Great to see them getting the connection in early in the game again. As I mentioned, it's so crucial for a wide receiver to get the confidence of your quarterback, especially if you're new to the team, and getting involved in the game early to continue to grow this confidence over and over to the game until the last quarter then.
2nd and 7 for the Prague Lions. Run game, Adam Zhuzhelka. A new set of downs for the Prague Lions.
Real nice blocking here up front by the O-line, also with his tight end and also with the American receiver taking out the edge defender.
Timeout, injured player.
And here we see also how physical Zhuzhelka is running the football.
I think Fabian Weitz is a little bit bumped up. But Flo, you know it. Coaches are asking you, are you injured or are you hurt? If you're injured, see the doctors. If you're hurt, get back on the field.
Yeah, get a little breather, especially if you lay on your back and maybe you have hard times to breathe and get air. But next play you should go in if you're not injured.
Jalen Henderson on the drop back, has a little time, goes deep direction end zone, but is overthrowing his whiteout Keon Lisane Sr. a little bit by maybe a couple yards, 2-3 yards too long. This pass, no chance to pick that one in.
I think it was a deep crossing route by him again. Also, we see they go to Lisane over and over again. He had a little separation here, but also again, maybe he saw the ball late, seeing it to the sun. Tough one here.
2nd and 10 for the Prague Lions. Pass to the running back. And Adam Żużelka makes it to the line to gain. I think that should be a new set of downs. Or was he short?
Little leak out here to the right with a mesh concept over top. Reading it perfectly that he's open early and giving his playmaker the ball. Picking up a new sets of down, I guess. Yes, his first down.
Yes. 4 wideouts for the Prague Lions. Run play up the middle, but good defense by the man in purple, by the Frankfurt Galaxy. And Flo, we can see already the Prague Lions are far away from giving that game here away because they don't have a chance to get into the playoffs anymore, but they're still going full power, full speed. I mean, you have to do it. A lot of people that are not so familiar with American football is you cannot go half speed in American football because you're going to get injured. You have to go full speed. As we see, Adam Żużelka is slowly to get up. Obviously, he has problems on his ankle, on his left foot.
I totally agree with you.
Loss.
Every time you step on the football field, you're risking injury. And just playing half speed and not being fully focused will definitely increase the risk of injury more and more. As we see Żużelka here laying on the ground, I think Mark Anthony Hoare came down from the 3 tech, slipping his blocker and dragging down Żużelka from behind. And maybe he fell on his ankle very, very unluckily. Hopefully Żużelka can get up again and return to the contest. But laying down so long doesn't seem too good, honestly.
And to be honest, Mark Anthony Hoare, he has about 290 pounds. There are things that are much more fun than having Mark Anthony Hoare flying in and landing on your legs. I mean, this is something that is not really a thing that is easy. And unfortunately, Adam Żużelka is really injured. Looks like he has to be carried off the pitch. And this is definitely a big, huge throwback for the Prague Lions that their number 1 running back, Adam Żużelka, this season, 89 rushes for 367 yards, 2 touchdowns, 12 receptions for 38 yards, and another touchdown. And now he is limping off the field.
It's heartbreaking to see such a good player being hurt and hopefully not injured too bad. He can put a little weight on his ankle. I hope it's not too bad. All the best to him, and hopefully it's not a big injury and he can maybe also return to the contest, but actually I think he's out of the game right now for today.
Okay, we resume playing. Trips to the left for the Prague Lions. Jalen Henderson motions a running back, so he has an empty backfield. Screen to the outside, but perfectly played by the Galaxy defense.
I like getting his new running back involved here early with a quad formation, motioning him out behind a bunch of lead blockers, 3 wide receivers blocking. But the Galaxy Frankfurt didn't buy it and was right away making the tackle for a no gain. 3rd and 10 coming up in the red zone.
New running back for the Prague Lions, number 23, is Paul Breuer, German guy, used to be at the NFL Academy in London. Pass to the Saints senior, but no chance to haul that one in. Actually throwing that ball into a tight coverage.
There was a double coverage from Toby Naylor, the linebacker, and also Chambers, the American DB. Henderson taking a huge hit here after he released the ball. I think it went right through his hands, but tough to see from that angle. But again, seeing right into the sun is so hard to see the ball and then catch it already if you're with both feet almost out of the end zone.
Marek Schubon with the field goal that brings the Prague Lions on the scoreboard. 8:05 to play in the first quarter, and the Frankfurt Galaxy is leading it 7-3.
Promising drive here from the Prague Lions. Getting a couple of chunk plays here. Some short passes, also some good runs with Juzelka, but he getting injured in the last couple of plays. Hopefully it's not too bad, and let's see if Breuer can pick this momentum up and keep the run game going so far. But first of all, we have to watch the kick return of the Frankfurt Galaxy again.
And again, there are those 2 speed stars back to return the ball, Tyler Foster and Sean Moore, the 2 kickoff returners of the Frankfurt Galaxy. And the ball is coming their way, but the ball is going out of bounds. This means the Galaxy has the almost perfect field position.
Kickoff,
They
out of
start their
bounds.
drive at the 40-yard line.
Lions, ball is placed at the 40-yard line. First
Not
down.
the worst decision here to kick it out of bounds. I think he intended to put it into the right corner and not out of bounds. But yeah, having the Galaxy starting on their 40-yard line is way better to instead of getting a return touchdown scored on again.
Second drive of Zach Calzada and the offense of the Frankfurt Galaxy. First drive of the man in purple was not really promising. They're struggling throughout the whole season already. Not really a successful run game what they're having. And as I'm saying that, Marvin Buembe with a nice run up to the 36-yard line of the Prague Lions.
Galaxy getting hurry up offense here right now, as I think so. They line up very, very quickly after we see again the run.
And already the next play started. Again, a run by number 26, Anthony Marvin Buembe, who really worked his way in this starting running back position for the Galaxy within this season. There are also Gerald Amen, Yuri Sivas as running backs. But Buembe really established himself as the number 1 running back for the Frankfurt Galaxy.
saw Leonard here on the running back formation, now spreading it out to a quads formation. Interesting.
And Brevin Easton takes it to the house. Touchdown for the Frankfurt Galaxy from a quick hitch to the end zone for number 81. No problem at all.
What a nice play design here. As we mentioned before, the Galaxy go quads to the right side, leaving Easton singled up on the left side. And now they dial up here a screen with essentially no blockers of wide receiver's position before him, but just the O-line releasing right away, and he's getting untouched into the end zone. Very, very nice play design, working out perfectly well here for the Galaxy.
Well, if you're having Luka Jokiel blocking for you, then it's actually pretty easy to run behind this big, huge fella. 6'8" and 325 pounds, number 61 of the Frankfurt Galaxy O-line, Luka Jokiel. And here we have Brevin Easton, number 81, with the second touchdown of the Frankfurt Galaxy in this matchup.
Let me tell you this, because I've been playing with Luka Jokiel for about 3 years. This guy is huge. When you line up as the wide receiver and you try to watch the ball, especially if you're off the ball, you basically cannot see the ball if it moves, so you can just move on the O-line, because he's so huge, you can't even just see the ball at all.
And as we just saw, he's not only huge and has a couple of pounds on his bones, he can move, and he is actually pretty quick with his legs. So we just saw that with the key block for Brevin Easton on that hitch pass to the outside. But the kickoff return for the Prague Lions is on the way. Stopped at the 32-yard line. Alexander Borkovic, actually the middle linebacker, the one who carried the ball.
He shot off his athleticism here right away. Little short kick. He was planned as a lead blocker for the returning team, but the kick was so short, he just said, hey, give me that ball and let's show what I can do, and setting up a good return here to the 31 or 32-yard line.
Well, he showed them returners how to do it. If you're a middle linebacker and you're getting the chance to touch the ball, I mean, you take that chance. Run play over the middle, ball carrier, Paul Breuer, the German running back.
Good first inside run here right now for 3 to 4 yards. I would say that's definitely what you want to have, because 3 times 4 is more than 10, so you get a new first down. So you take this every day.
And there we see, this is a smart guy commentating with me today. He calculated that in his head without even using his fingers. So Florian Lengauer knows exactly that 3 times 4 is more than 10. I'm really impressed, Flo. This means not so many head-to-head collisions during your active career, right?
Yeah, I was lucky to avoid that a couple of times. Little concussions, but I'm still fine.
3rd and 7 for the Prague Lions. Jalen Henderson finds his white out with number 3, Keon Lissain Sr. for a new set of downs for the Prague Lions.
Nice curl route here to the right side. Wide open, good separation here by Lissain. Showing off his route running ability.
One can definitely see that they had a couple more practices together, because Lissain is being included into the offensive play of the Prague Lions way more already than it happened last week when they played against the Raiders Tirol. Trying to hit him here, but well covered by the Galaxy defensive backs.
Here's the thing, as you said, I think he's involved in the game a little bit different
Personal
than Willie
foul.
Patterson. Willie Patterson
Roughing
was
the
just
passer.
a Swiss Army
Defense
knife,
number 96.
getting lined up
15-yard
everywhere on
penalty.
the field as
First
a
down.
fullback position, from the running back position, from the slot, wide out. But Lezen is definitely another player type, and he's more of a true wide receiver, running routes and catching the ball more downfield, and not being a yard after catch machine like Willie Patterson. So it has its advantages and disadvantages. So, but he's involved in the game early right now. Little miscommunication here on that route. I think he wanted to have him outside of his DB, but he went inside. But yeah, tough for him.
But a penalty against the Galaxy brings the Prague Lions closer to the Galaxy end zone. Next completion to Lezen Senior here. Yeah, and it's a different type of player, different character of player than Willie P. So that also means that the defense has to prepare for a new type of player. Everybody knows what Willie P is capable of and what he brings to the table. But Lezen Senior is something new that a defense, and today it is the Galaxy defense, has to prepare for. Trips to the right. Lezen Senior, the single wide out on the left side, but Jalen Henderson keeps the ball, and Jalen Henderson goes all the way. Touchdown, Prague Lions.
Quarterback draw here from Henderson. That's the way you should use him, because he's such a dangerous runner from the quarterback position. Showing off a little drop back and then taking off. Good blocking here by Carlos, and untouched into the end zone. Nice play here by Henderson.
So Jalen Henderson putting the first touchdown into the Galaxy end zone. Marek Schrubon lines up for the PAT, which is good. So that we have a new score: Frankfurt Galaxy 14, Prague Lions 10. Actually, it should change because it should be 10. Here we see it again. Well, as soon as he is picking up his speed, it's so hard to stop Jalen Henderson. Plus, he's one of those players where you have the feeling that he's made out of Teflon. I mean, nothing sticks on him. Nobody can really grab him. He always shakes up a couple of people that try to tackle him. Excellent football player.
Personal foul, leverage, Frankfurt number 22. The foul is enforced in the kickoff. Try is good.
You're welcome.
So Jonas Zeppelin, the white hat, announced the
10,
penalty
we need
against
to
the
keep-
Galaxy that will be accounted to the kickoff. So
You know
it's 4
what
more
makes-
minutes. Yeah.
You know
sorry,
what makes Henderson so as a dangerous runner is that he can physically run the ball, but he's also so elusive and he can make so many quick cuts right in front of you. So as a
you
defender,
hear me now?
it's so tough to tackle him, but because
So I
on the
switch
one
it off.
hand, you have to be prepared for a hit that he lowers his shoulder and runs through you. But on the other hand, you also need to prepare to be quick, because he maybe is so shifty and just makes a little juke, and you just jump into an empty space, and he, runs right past you.
Exactly, Flo, because Jalen Henderson is definitely one of those dual threat quarterbacks that takes a lot of fun from running a linebacker over once in a while. He's really enjoying it, while we saw Sean Moore here with the next return for the Galaxy.
I had it as well, but I
So there's a penalty on the play. Officials are still discussing. So it's against the Galaxy.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block, return team number 49. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Yeah, blindside block, this always sounds so cruel and so mean, but it's, from a football player point of view, it's a totally understanding thing, right? If somebody doesn't see you and you have the chance to put somebody on his butt, I mean, it's hard to say no to this opportunity as a football player.
It definitely is, but on the other side, you have to protect the other players and to keep this out of the game a little bit. But if you have the chance, especially in a kickoff in the special teams period, you probably take it.
Run play by the Galaxy. Anthony Marvin Buembe takes it for about 7 yards down the road.
Galaxy setting up the run here early in the game. Good couple of runs already. A big, huge run for about 20 yards at the beginning, which opened up the playbook even more and more, especially for their very, very dangerous wide receivers.
Next handoff to Buembe, and he pushes his 5'11" and 215. Yeah, 215 pounds about. Through the line for a new first down for the Frankfurt Galaxy.
Nice run here to the right side. Inside run, physical blocking up front, also the receivers blocking. That's what you want to see as a head coach. Your receivers, your playmakers, who getting the ball thrown at, also blocking for the other guys.
Quick pass by Calzada to his tight end, Adria Botella Moreno, but not much of a gain here.
Great tackle here by Barretta in the backfield already, especially bringing down Botella Moreno, such a huge tight end, is so hard, but he takes a great angle and wrapping up his feet at the hips. Great play here by him.
Yeah, Adria Botella Moreno, 6'6", 265. So it's not that much of a joy to bring this big, huge fella down to his knees. But perfectly made by the defensive player of the Prague Lions. Next completion to Brevin Easton, but not a first down. That was a couple yards short. So we're going to have 3rd and 4 for the Galaxy. Calzada scanning the defense. Tight formation for the Galaxy. But there's some laundry on the grass.
Timeout, Frankfurt, first team timeout.
So the Frankfurt Galaxy had to take a timeout to talk things through. 14-10. The Galaxy, the German team, is leading this contest here in the Czech Republic, in Prague, the capital of the Czech Republic. We're at the Bohemian Stadium.
Please reset
Smart
the game clock
here
to 50 seconds.
Timeout. I think the play clock was almost totally gone, and especially in a 3rd and 4, you can take a 5-yard penalty for a delay of game. So wise decision here, I think, from the head coach, Coach Kösling. Take the timeout here, reset, maybe dial up a new play, and yeah, pick up the new first down here to extend the lead.
So now 3rd and 4 for the Frankfurt Galaxy on their own 30-yard line. Same formation. Calzada on the drop back with the deep pass. And actually, not Eshanur, Tyler Foster wanted a pass interference call there, but I think that was not enough contact, right?
That was a close one. I think he was open, but deep ball, and number 5 here, Petrowski, I think he made a very smart decision to turn the head to the ball, because he's also the right to go for the ball.
Yeah, that was a perfect defensive play by Dershawn Petrowski to look for the ball, to at least act like he's going actively for the ball. And then it's simply not a pass interference because the defender and the wide and the receiver both have actually the same right to go to the ball. But what a lot of defensive backs always do wrong is they're just attacking the man without at least looking into the direction of the ball, and then it's an easy decision for the referees to throw that pass interference call.
Perfectly, as you mentioned, I think he never intended to really go for the ball, but he acted it perfectly to turn the head and also spread out his arm.
And the Oscar goes to run play by Paul Breuer due to the fact that Adam Żużelka is out by an injury, ankle injury, early in that game. So Paul Breuer will have to carry the workload of the run play for the Prague Lions today. Not that much of a difference if you're early in the game, but later that will be a matter of how much power is left in the tank for Paul Breuer. Quick pass to the outside to the U.S. wide out. The Saint Senior.
Little smoke screen here to the left side. Basically running a stop route, just making one step, turning back to receive the ball.
Of the first
84
quarter.
here, the tight end, being the blocker for Lausanne. Again, we see him here involved into the game more and more. Almost every second target, almost every second play goes to the American wide receiver. And so far, the Galaxy are keeping him controlled so far, but he's still getting touches and involved in the game pretty nicely. I'd like to see that racing down the near side keeps the offense of the Prague Lions moving the chains and keeping the drive alive.
And that was the first quarter between the Frankfurt Galaxy and the Prague Lions.
Across the 20, 25, and he is punished.
So we're back at the ZK Victoria Siskov Stadium, as it is called officially. We're in the Czech Republic, in the capital in Prague. And as we see, summer is all over Europe. It's nice, cozy, and warm today. And the Prague Lions are having the ball, with the Galaxy having the lead 14-10. Now the next drive of Jalen Henderson and the all-in-white Prague Lions. Henderson going deep, but incomplete. Trying to find Radim Kalus. there's a flag on that play.
I think he had him on the release already, on an outside release on the go route. I think it was a little bit underthrown, the ball.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 99, 50-yard penalty, first down.
So a penalty against Jan Jesus Lara Perez, the Cuban defensive lineman of the Frankfurt Galaxy. And this is really hurting your defense because you just managed to defend that deep pass by Jalen Henderson, and then a late hit or something like that is coming up and is destroying all the work that you've done on your defense. Jalen Henderson wants to run it himself, but only gets back to the line of scrimmage.
As you mentioned before, that's such a tough penalty you take here from the Galaxy side. You definitely have to avoid that going into the Big Four, because this can cost you the game. Instead of getting the offense from the Prague Lions off the field, they get a new first down in good field position.
2nd and 10. Jalen Henderson trying to go over the middle, trying to connect with David Luxan.
I think he also pointed to himself that he underthrew that ball again, but it's tough to see the rules, how they handle the seam routes across the middle. I think it was another seam route from the slot receiver Luxan here. Maybe he expected a little bend to the inside, and that's why he put it so low. It's a little miscommunication here from the wide receiver and his quarterback.
Trips to the left side of the offense. Jalen Henderson with the pass. This time it's complete. And he finds his number 19, Josef Janota. Actually, Janota, number 19, from the beginning of the season, always listed as starting wide out, but so far only one catch. That was his second catch in this season. But always an essential part of the offense.
Sticks. I think they wanted to manage getting over the sticks with that route, but he came up short, just 1 yard.
Oh, what a bad drop here by the tight end Martin Chavelka. I mean, you played receiver yourself, Flo. I mean, those things happen. We all know Chavelka normally 99 out of 100 times he will catch that thing.
Yeah.
But those things simply happen,
yourself.
right?
Yeah. Honestly, running across the field and getting a so-called bootleg pass is not the easiest to catch, because you're having your momentum and you also have to focus on your quarterback and the ball. But this is something you definitely have to make the play, especially in the 4th and 1. Gutsy play call here, running out a boot call here to the right side. Nice play call here, wide open tight end.
Encroachment, defense, number 55, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, he should have made that play and get away with a new sets of down.
So, Zach Calzada has the ball in his hands again. Well, definitely will have the ball in his hands. 1st and 10 for the Galaxy, about midfield. Anthony Marvin Buembe is looking for holes, finds some, and that's a new first down for the Galaxy.
And that's why he earned that starting spot. Really patient.
Yeah, this is always a thing that young rookie running backs have to learn, that you have to give those big guys in front of you the chance that their blocks develop, and then you have to read them and then act according to it. If you just take the ball and sprint right away, then those blockers in front of you haven't done their job yet, and so they can't really help you.
100%, perfectly said.
Second and 7 for the Galaxy. Calzada with a miscommunication here. Trying to connect with Paul Leonard. But they were
open across the field. I think it was
but they were on different pages of the playbook, I guess.
But that's exactly what we wanted to see here, to get the connection in, and that's good that you make these mistakes maybe in a game that is not that important to you, so you can prepare for the Big Four.
Calzada going deep, connecting with Brevin Easton, but he cannot hold on to the ball. So an incomplete pass. We see it again.
Really, really nice ball placement here by Calzada. Little back shoulder throw. Easton also recognized it, turns his shoulders, and that's a play you want your American receiver to get away with and score a touchdown here in this play. But again, I think the sun is really hard and it's making it tough for them to get away with these kind of catches, especially if the ball is right into the sun and you basically can't see nothing.
You see Coach Kösling on the sideline with his famous lime green shirt that he's always wearing on the sideline. And the opposing head coach of the Prague Lions, James Brooks.
Defensive stop here for the Prague Lions to keep it probably a one-score game.
Ryan Rimler is lining up. This one hooked out to the right, so it's no good. So with a little bit more than 12 minutes to play in the first half, it's still Frankfurt Galaxy 14, Prague Lions 10.
The kick had a distance, but it was wide right. Maybe his planning foot was not as stable as it should be, and that's why he moved his kicking foot a little bit too far out from the outside. Tough to say, but I think the snap was clean, also the hole was clean. But actually, it was a really a far field goal. So, yeah, it's always tough to sneak those ones in.
Distance is never a problem for Ryan Rimler. I mean, you can line him up for a 65-yard field goal, no problem. He's got a huge leg. But sometimes a little bit off to the right, a little bit off to the left. But he's definitely got a big leg. Paul Breuer running the ball up the middle for the Prague Lions.
Another good inside run here. Couple of yards getting out of this first play of that drive. Great field position. Establishing the run over and over again with his new running back, Jalen Henderson.
2nd and 6 for the Prague Lions. Hand off, and Paul Breuer finds a way to get a new set of downs for the Prague Lions.
Impressive run play here so far. The run game is really good right now from the Prague Lions. 2 inside runs for about 12 yards. Definitely something you want to have also going into the second half.
Well, it also helps that the Galaxy will, after Adam Szuzelka injured himself, the Galaxy will definitely, defensive-wise, not count on the Prague Lions doing too much run play. So that gives another good opportunity to Paul Breuer and the running backs of the Prague Lions.
Yeah, 100%. Here right now we see again Lezen involved in the rush game. Is even though a jet sweep is basically a pass game, but you're blocking it as a run play. Chris Walumba here, the defensive lineman, reading it out perfectly and making the tackle.
Pass by Jalen Henderson. Finds his number 3, Lesane Sr. It's good that you say that these jet sweep, these speed sweeps, that they are statistically and rule-wise a pass game. So if the wideout that comes by is not catching the ball, it's not a fumble. It's a incomplete forward pass, which is what
that's
a
one
lot
of
of
the big
people don't
advantages
see.
of a jet sweep. Yeah, especially if there's a little miscommunication and the timing is off, you get just an incomplete pass instead of risking it to getting a turnover.
Jalen Henderson steps up into the pocket, pass in the direction of Lesane Sr., but incomplete.
I think Lezen here on a little post route. Maybe it was a double move route. Oh yeah, it's a post corner route.
Please
Had a
reset
little
the game clock
separation,
to 8
but
minutes,
Henderson has
52
to step
seconds.
up into the pocket, and the
8-5-2.
pocket collapses. And then throwing it on the run is really tough for a quarterback, so he misses it by just a couple of foot. And especially I also think that he was a little late because he had to step up and avoid the sack.
But a post corner, one of the most beloved pass patterns by wide receivers, because I think there's no other pattern where it's easier to shake off the defender than on a post corner. Jalen Henderson taking matters in his own hands until Louis Achantre says, stop, this is my territory.
I really love that play calling here, getting Henderson sprinkled in as a runner over and over again. Just a little quarterback draw again here, showing off a screen to the right, but he just squares up his hips and then taking off by himself, getting a couple of yards and making it a 30 manageable.
3rd and 6 now, empty backfield for the Prague Lions. Trips to the left. Pass to the outside, that's a new first down. Catch by Radim Kalus.
I think Carlos here from a little speed out route right across the sticks, taking off and also bleeding out a little extra yards, stepping out of the field in very good field position. I think they're in the red zone already right now. Not almost.
They're knocking on the door, let's put it that way. And around with his Lesane Sr., but the Galaxy defense, they smelled that from the beginning. Leander Stratmann with a great defensive play here.
That's what you want to see from your defensive end. If you recognize something trickery, just stay patient and let's see what's coming, if he gets the ball or not. Especially if he's not getting the ball and Henderson keeps it, it's even tougher for you to get into the play again and sprinting behind him. But he does it perfectly well and waiting for Lezen here to come across and making the tackle in the backfield. Great play here.
So 2nd and 14 for the Prague Lions. Quick pass to the outside to Lezen Senior, but Lezen Senior, the Galaxy has already noticed that number 3 is getting the majority of the passes, and there he is actually pretty good covered.
I think that's why they set up a couple of screens here. Again, a little tunnel screen here from the outside. But that's also something you have to account for as defense from the Galaxy. If you know that he's getting the majority of the passes, you just have to cover him more specific and also maybe put a double coverage on him.
Flush doubles, 2 wide receivers on each side. Pass by Jalen Henderson, but overthrew his target, Lezen Senior. Who didn't even really see the ball. I mean, he did not really react to it.
I think it was, again, a little post route here from him, but the middle safety was right there. And I think if the ball was into his hands, the safety would be there and maybe bat it away and also take a crucial hit on him.
About 43-yard field goal for Marek Hruban, and this one is between the uprights. 3 more points for the Prague Lions. And with 5:48 to play in the second quarter, we have a new score of Frankfurt Galaxy 14, Prague Lions 13.
Very interesting game so far. Just a 1-point game with just a couple of minutes left in the second quarter here right now. So as we mentioned before at the beginning of the game, the Prague Lions are playing to their standard and do their best they can to win that game here and will not hand over a win to the Galaxy easily.
Definitely, the Prague Lions are living this rivalry that has been built up in the last couple of years between the Frankfurt Galaxy and the Prague Lions, although the Prague Lions don't have any chance left to make it to the Big 4 tournament. They say, okay, we're going to have one more game in our home stadium. And we're going to show the Galaxy that we don't want them in the Big 4. Marek Hruban with the kickoff. Another good return up to the 46-yard line by the Galaxy's number 8, Tyler Foster. By the way,
Great
Tyler
effort here by Foster,
who is the son of the wide receivers coach of the Galaxy, Leroy Foster.
really nice effort here. As you see, the contact was made 10 yards before he got tackled finally. So just keep his feet running, bleeding out every extra yard to give your quarterback a better field position. Starting at the 35 right now.
Prague Lions with 3 down linemen now on defense. Run play by the Galaxy. Number 20, Gerald Ameln, who was actually supposed to be the clear number 1 running back for the Galaxy this season. But Anthony Marvin Buembe grabbed that spot from him and is the starting running back now for the Galaxy. Second and 5. Calzada pulls the ball back out and then dumps it off to his tight end. And this dude is hard to get off his legs. Adria Butella Moreno, the huge tight end.
He finds him across the middle, but I think there was a flag down.
Ineligible player downfield, offense number 71. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Frank Antulese, German offensive guard, was a little quick. Crossed the line. It was a pass game, so he was not supposed to do that. So we got 2nd and 10 for the Galaxy. But nowhere to go. Good defense by the Prague Lions. Ken Hike Jr. says, no, you're not going anywhere, boy.
Ken Hike is such a smart player here, reading it out perfectly that there is something coming to his side, slipping the block of Butella Moreno. I think he hurt his wrist here.
So it's 3rd and about 15 for the Frankfurt Galaxy. Calzada goes himself, does not make it to the line to gain. About 2 yards missing. And one has to say, Flo, although the Prague Lions are only playing with 3 defensive linemen at the moment, they put up a lot of pressure on the Galaxy quarterback.
Yeah, definitely. I like to see that they're also blitzing a little bit with their linebackers. Would definitely have the ability to blitz and make a play in the backfield. But here also we saw great awareness of Pierce, the safety, to come down and make a play here, and noticing that Calzada has to get a first down and will not slide, so he has to definitely go full into it and make the tackle, and he made it 2 yards shy of a new first down, setting up a 4th down for the Galaxy.
And the Galaxy is wasting this
game.
4th and
Offense,
2
5-yard penalty.
by having a delay of
4th down.
game. So now probably the punting unit is going to be sent out by Coach Kösling.
Maybe this was intentionally to give a little bit more space to the punter. However, it's tough to tell from the outside if they wanted to draw an offside, but actually I think they hadn't even a play called here, so bringing up the punting unit.
And this is Flo Lengauer talking, who also punted in his career. I'm correct, right?
That's 100% correct, yeah. I've been a punter for 2 years for the Stuttgart Surge. Let's say more or less successful, but I think I was a better wide receiver than a punter.
Yeah, a lot of people underestimate how complicated this job of a punter is. It's not as easy as it looks. I mean, with being German, one should think, hey, I play football
Return team
or soccer
number 90.
my whole life.
10-yard penalty, first down.
To catch a little ball and kick it downfield, that shouldn't be much of a problem, but it's not as easy as it looks.
Perfectly said, yeah. The ball is totally different than a soccer ball, so you have to also hit it perfectly that it gets a spiral. You also be aware of the rush. You also have to get a good ball placement to not out-kick your kick coverage. It's way of a tougher job than it looks.
And the thing is definitely, I think every little talented boy in Germany can kick a ball far. But if there is this opposing defense trying to block that thing, it's a totally different story.
It definitely is, yeah. If there is somebody coming towards you who is like 6'3" and maybe has like 260 pounds, you get a little scared. But if you're used to it, also for me as a wide receiver, you're used to getting hit by such big guys. it gets better over the time, let's put it that way.
2:52 on the clock in this second quarter. It's a 1-point lead for the Frankfurt Galaxy, but the Prague Lions have the ball. Hand off to Paul Breuer, who makes maybe 1 or 2 yards on this rush.
Prague Lions here with a great field position, especially in terms of clock management, because they have 2:30 right now on the clock, also 3 timeouts, a 2-minute warning. That's a lot of time. If they get a good drive dialed up here, leaves the Galaxy no chance to get on the field again.
And we should not forget the Prague Lions are receiving the ball for the opening kickoff of the third quarter, because the Galaxy won the coin toss and took the ball right away.
Yep.
This is the 2-minute warning. Timeout.
So 2 more minutes to play in the opening half here at the SK Viktoria Žižkov Stadium in Prague, in the capital of the Czech Republic. We're having a little break, and then we come back with the last 2 minutes of the first half. The Galaxy fans are really a special breed, one has to say. That's why it's always a good idea of somebody who wants to follow European Football Alliance football to stop by in Frankfurt. In the, as I learned now, it's not the PSD Bank, it's the BB Bank Arena now. It's been renamed. Former stadium at the Bornheimer Hang in Frankfurt, where the BIG4 tournament is going to take place. Jalen Henderson with a pass over the middle, finding Lesaint Senior.
And that's exactly what you needed from the Prague Lions right now. Moving the chains, also a huge gain, or about 20 yards, setting up better field position, no pressure of getting a safety scored on you again. And yeah, now they have all sorts of time and 3 timeouts left.
But they're actually pushing the pedal down already. The next play, trying to connect with Josef Janota, but incomplete.
Smart decision here. Bringing up a pass attempt, even though if it's incomplete, it stops the clock and gets little time to regroup and call a new play, and yeah, leave a little more time on the clock.
Second and 10, Jalen Henderson with the pass over the middle, caught, and then went 2 yards more. And this is Josef Janota. Third and about a yard. Jalen Henderson changing up plays, has 4 wideouts. Hand off to his running back, and that is a new first down for the Prague Lions. Paul Breuer carrying the ball.
it took a little too much time for my taste. Changing the play with the clock running, and with just 50 seconds left.
Lions,
On the middle.
their first
I think
team
they just
timeout.
want to get a field goal out of this drive here again to have the lead and then also receive the ball in the second half.
Timeout taken by the Prague Lions. We saw Dave Warner, the offensive coordinator of the Prague Lions, who used to be the head coach of the Prague Lions 1 year ago.
Please reset the game clock to 51 seconds.
Then left the club, and then after 2 weeks of regular season came back to the Prague Lions after Fred Armstrong had to give up his assignment in Prague because of family issues and had to head back to the US. Jalen Henderson, 1st and 10 for the Prague Lions. We have 51 seconds on the clock in the second quarter. Janota in motion. Pass over the middle, that is complete. The Prague Lions are in Galaxy territory. Radim Kalus with the catch. And now they're going no huddle. Henderson managed to gain about 9 yards on that play.
Great effort here to get every extra yard out of this. So I think right now they should be in field goal range with their kicker. He also has a huge leg, and I think they're at the 36-yard line, which would bring up a 53-yarder.
Lions, their second
tough,
team timeout. Please reset the game clock to 20
but
seconds.
Right now they want to get a little extra gain here to get maybe an easier field goal, or maybe also in the range to try to take a shot into the end zone.
Marek Hubon, the kicker of the Prague Lions, his longest field goal this season is 54 yards, so he has 1 yard difference to where the team is right now. And he converted 6 out of 9 field goal attempts, so that's a pretty good, decent field goal kicker that you can depend on if you're the Prague Lions.
So if he made a 54-yarder, then a 53-yarder is just a no-brainer. He has to make it 100%.
Yeah, easy. But there are still a couple seconds on the clock. 20 seconds still on the clock in this first half. Trips to the right of the Lions offense. Jalen Henderson moving in the pocket and throws the interception. Right into the arms of Jalen Clay. The interception by Jalen Henderson.
Rolling on the field, it's an interception. First down,
really
Frankfurt.
Good drive from the Prague Lions. Just seconds left in the first half, and he avoids the sack here, just stepping up into the pocket. Great play first by Henderson, and then I think maybe he expected him to stop, but he definitely underthrew it, because if he launched that ball over top, I think there was a chance for his receiver, I think it was Lukshan, number 14, to get away with a catch and maybe also with a touchdown, but yeah, this was definitely underthrown and right into Clay's hands.
So with 11 seconds on the clock, Zach Calzada still has the ball in his hands. Throws it to the outside, connects with number 5. And this is definitely Paul Cavadia-Leonard.
Great body control here by him, keeping his feet in bounds, also securing the catch because it was really tight coverage. I think the defender wanted to bat the ball out of his hands, but he held on to it, keeping his feet into the field, and it is really not easy, not the easiest thing to do, and he got away with a great gain. Now they have 4 seconds left. Maybe they try to get a little quick out to the sidelines and then stop the clock and get Rimmler again on the field for a long, long field goal.
But we still have a little bit more time.
Frankfurt, their third and final timeout of this half.
Okay, then the graphics were not correct because I thought Frankfurt doesn't have a timeout anymore, so there was one more timeout left. Well, they're in a good mood, as we see at the Galaxy sideline. Coach K and Nico Straumann joking away on the sideline. And here we have Mr. Big Leg, Ryan Rimmler, who could body-wise also be an outside linebacker. Not really the frame of a kicker.
Timeout. Lions, their third and final timeout.
I like that.
To ice the kicker?
This is definitely, yeah. We see that the head coach here, Brooks, he will definitely not give away this game, and I really like the effort that they do anything to prevent getting scored on here, icing the kicker with actually no real need, but let's think about it also in the future. You want to let's pretend this would be a playoff game. You will definitely pull all your chances to get an advantage here, and he takes it here. So they definitely treat this game like it was the playoffs on the line.
So if I see that correctly, that would be a 61-yard field goal. Am I correct? I'm correct. Yes. Ryan Rimmler puts it up, and it is good. Unbelievable.
The kick is good.
Wow.
This is the end of the first half.
Wow, a 61-yard field goal by Ryan Rimmler sends the teams into the locker room, and the Galaxy with a score of 17-10 in 17-13 in the lead here in the Czech Republic. 18. So we're in halftime. We're going to see whether this score is correct that we're seeing here. I have my doubts. We take a little break and we'll be back for the third quarter.
Oh my goodness. Ready. Hey. Let's go. Back. Yo, once again I'm back around. Real shit back in style. Haters reconcile. I'm so black and proud. First class tickets now. Feet all in the aisle. Everybody looking down. Everybody get red when you drown, huh? Look at me up. I'm putting it down. You picking it up. Checking the models. They want us to go to college just so we can be stuck. Go to school to make a living. Or teach yourself to make a fortune. Common sense. Welcome to the apocalypse. Bitch, I'm one of the horsemen. I don't need your endorsement. I don't need reinforcement. Giving you your last warning. Cause I'm at my prime. Yeah. I'm at my...
Deep shot. Got it. Touchdown, Ravens. Lobs it over the middle. Touchdown, Musketeers.
And we start into the second half in the Czech Republic in Prague, where the Prague Lions in white uniforms and red helmets are playing the Frankfurt Galaxy. And if we're looking at the first half statistics, the Prague Lions are actually, statistic-wise, the team that is showing the better skills here on the field today. Prague Lions have 13 first downs compared to 5 for the Frankfurt Galaxy. Total offensive yards, the Prague Lions 205, the Galaxy 124. But if we look at the scoreboard, the Frankfurt Galaxy is leading it by 17-13 due to a 61-yard, yes, you're listening correctly, 61-yard field goal by Ryan Rimler with the closing seconds of the first half. Prague Lions tried to run the ball, but they're getting nowhere. The defense is doing actually a good job when it comes to covering the run plays of the Prague Lions.
Leander Stratmann here again for a tackle for loss. Reading it perfectly that the run is going to the left hand to his side, slipping his blocker and making the tackle in the backfield. Good play here by him again.
So it's second and about 13 yards. Pass in the middle, complete to the same senior who played 5 years for NC State. And that actually pretty successful. Had 83 catches for 785 yards and 2 TDs for NC State.
Nice snag concept here. Again, we saw that in the first half already. Spot route here from Lassane, a deep clear out corner from the tight end and a swing route from the running back, creating so much space for them to get up at 3rd and 1.
And now they're trying to get the remaining yard with the Prague Lions version of the tush push. But we have a flag on the field. Whitehead and
Offside.
Zeppelin.
Defense, number 90. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So Mark Anthony Hoare was a little too quick. And this gives the Prague Lions the easy first down. Jalen Henderson, actually first half, 16 of 26 passes completed, 1 interception, 443 yards. Play action fake, Jalen Henderson trying to step it up, but the Galaxy says nope. Louis Achantre with the quarterback sack.
Good coverage here by the Frankfurt defense. I think the Prague Lions just had max protection on with a play action fake, and just 2 receivers on routes were covered pretty good by the cornerbacks, also with safety help over top, making it almost impossible for Henderson to find an open receiver. So he took off and tried to get a little bit out of it, but he gets stopped by Achantre here in the backfield again with a loss of 2 yards.
So we got 2nd and 12. Paul Breuer, the running back for the Prague Lions. Jalen Henderson running it. Gets a new first down and a couple yards more. This is typical Jalen Henderson running. You don't see why everybody is missing him. Because it's not like he is sprinting at high speed or is an absolute aggressive runner. He is simply sneaking through the little gaps there, dancing his way upfield. It's unbelievable to watch this guy play football.
Also, him dipping the shoulder, avoiding the sack in the backfield and then stepping up. It's absolutely great play by him.
And he doesn't do any body movements more than absolutely necessary. That is what impresses me so much about Jalen Henderson. I mean, there's if he takes the ball and runs, there's not a single movement, which is something that he doesn't necessarily need. I mean, he only does the absolute necessary and moves the ball forward. Unbelievable. Rolling out now, buying some time, then deciding to run himself, but this time only for a gain of about a yard for Jalen Henderson.
Good job here by the defense. Gang tackling here. Toby Naylor, I think also Chris Mulumba was involved again. Do not let him slip this time, and getting a safe tackle here on the right.
So a third and pretty long, 3rd and 8 for the Prague Lions. Jalen Henderson again buying himself some time, trying to connect with Josef Janota, but incomplete.
Good defense here. Janota making himself available at the sidelines, but yeah, the DB here coming downfield and batting the ball away. Great play here by him. I think it was 28, Simon Otto.
And we actually saw how quick a man of 1.88 meters and 130 kilo, Jan Jesus Lara Perez, the Cuban defensive lineman, how quick he was on his feet to get close to Jalen Henderson. Punt bounces outside at the 15-yard line. We have a Prague player slow to get up and a flag on the field.
Good punt here. Nice pin here to the right corner. Good kick coverage again, but he had a little unlucky with the bounce. But pinning the Galaxy far behind their own territory.
Jan Witwer is slowly to get up. Check defensive tackle.
Illegal block in the...
Yes, we heard you.
Illegal block in the back. Return team, number 40. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
So that brings the Galaxy a little further back. Probably Zach Calzada will have to start this drive standing in his own end zone. Always a tricky situation because one always has to keep in mind a holding call against you inside your own end zone will result in a safety. So it's always a tricky situation. Normally you try to run that thing out, but the running play of both teams has not been, let's put it that way, impressive so far in the first 2 quarters. And as I'm saying this, we have Anthony Marvin Buembe with a nice gain for the Galaxy.
Big hit here by Chris again, but he already was 10 yards downfield. Very conservative play call here, but I like that he wants to set up the run first in the second half to open just a little bit more for his quarterback and the receivers.
Calzada with a pass to the outside to big Adria Botella Moreno. Adria Botella Moreno played for numerous teams already. Played for the Played in Poland. Did he play for the Stuttgart Surge? I don't really have that in mind.
don't think so. I think he played for the Vienna Vikings also.
Yes,
back in the
exactly.
days.
Played in Vienna. Played in Poland. Run play. Marvin Buembre, the ball carrier again. Another gain of about 4 or 5 yards for the Frankfurt Galaxy.
Good blocking here up front. The O-line with Steven Nielsen back on the field, driving and keep pushing the defensive line of the Prague Lions back. And yeah, this gives a little confidence also in your quarterback, making sure that the run game is established, so he is also the opportunity to find his receivers once they call some pass plays.
Calzada with the pass over the middle. That's complete to Brevin Easton. Nice catch by Brevin Easton. That wasn't that easy to catch that thing.
Nice dig route here by Easton. Had to jump up into the air. Tight window. Perfect ball. Nice completion.
Run play by the Galaxy. Again, it's Anthony Buembre.
What I like so far is the Galaxy offense sometimes goes hurry up, especially once they start a drive, and do not get a rest for the defense, and also do not let them call their plays correctly and setting up for the defensive play.
Second and 6. Run play by the Galaxy. About a yard short to the line to gain. And it's absolutely understandable that the Frankfurt Galaxy is trying to establish the run, because we're in the middle of the third quarter, but the clock is ticking in favor of the Frankfurt Galaxy. We have to keep in mind they have to win or lose by a small margin, and they're in the Big 4 tournament. So next run play, that's the next first down.
Great effort here by Buembre. Taking down his shoulder, running through a defender to get a new first down. That's also what you want to see from your
injured
running back.
player.
If it's a third and short, to be physical and get a new first down, especially if you're one of the smaller guys. Just try to be physical and keep your momentum up front and push forward as he did here in this play.
It's always so funny to see, like, the slow motion just ended a little early. If you see that Steven Nielsen, if he's helping his running back up, this always looks like there's Big Daddy and there's the small boy. I mean, Steven Nielsen, he's really a freak of nature. I mean, he's way over 6'8", and huge guy simply. You can also see it. Just watch as soon as the Galaxy is huddling it up. Now they just broke the huddle. But by far, the biggest guy in the huddle is Steven Nielsen. This guy is really a freak of nature. First and 10 for the Galaxy. Run play. Over the left side, Gerald Ameln, the ball carrier.
A little wide zone here to the left. He tried to make his defender miss by spreading it wide and then cutting it back in front of him. But the defender, he read it perfectly and made the tackle after a gain of 2 or 3 yards.
Oh, Jan Chris a little bumped up. One of the, without a doubt, best defensive backs that the Prague Lions are having. By far one of the best homegrown players that the Czech franchise has. Jan Chris, Alexander Borkovic, Adam Suzelka. Those are the ones I would name right away. That again this season showed how much they're capable of. I mean, the Prague Lions had a slow start into the season, but then really showed what they're made of by having this 45-44 victory in Tirol in the Tivoli Stadium, where the final of the EFA will be played. And then the week later, they had this overtime win in this stadium here against the Paris Musketeers. What a nice move of Gerald Amen, and he's going all the way. Touchdown, Frankfurt Galaxy. How did he get away from this tackle?
He was almost stopped in the backfield already, but a absolutely astonishing juke here by him, making the defender miss and then running untouched into the end zone. Wow.
Gerald Amen, one little step behind, a little jump to the side, and the defender went to nowhere land. And then he took the ball and went all the way for the next score for the Frankfurt Galaxy. But we still have a flag on the play.
Coming back to that play, I think his running back coach will be really proud of him, having the vision to see that there is someone coming and he has to be patient and running full speed into him and getting tackled. So that's just great football, just seeing the defender coming, taking a little bit off the pace, stepping aside, letting the defender just run by, and then taking off and turn on the jets.
Yeah, one can really see that Gerald Amen.
After the play was over,
just a second.
unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 5, this counts as his first towards a potential disqualification. Half the distance from the 15-yard line, Frankfurt will go for 1 point.
Okay, but the touchdown, there's no discussion about it. It was a touchdown by Gerald Amen, who learned, actually, I asked him once, who learned a whole lot about from Sandro Platzgommer, the former running back of the Frankfurt Galaxy, or to put it perfectly, as I'm commentating with you today, Dr. Sandro Platzgommer, who has been, without a doubt, one of the best European running backs ever, spent some time with the New York Giants and then played a couple of years for the Frankfurt Galaxy, a great running back. And Gerald Amen really took up a lot from Sandro Platzgommer, especially this taking your time as soon as you have the ball, look where the blocks are developing, and then hit the goal. Easy to, fast through, as you say to a running back always. Easy to the gap, and then fast through. So the extra point was missed, or did I saw that incorrectly, as we see Gerald Amen here running for the touchdown again.
Yeah, I think you're right. He missed it. So maybe this one was too easy for him after nailing a 61-yarder and having the extra
no
penalty
challenge
with half the distance to the goal. Yeah, it's no challenge. So yeah, maybe they should just decline that penalty next time for the extra point, because from a far distance he nailed it already.
So it's a 23-13 lead for the Frankfurt Galaxy. 10-point lead with a little less than 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Ken Hike Jr. has the ball. Ken Hike Jr. still has the ball, goes up to the about 42-43 yard line, and then is pushed out of bounds.
Very good return here, flipping the field, setting up his offense in a great field position. That's exactly what you needed here from Prague Lions to stay in the game with 10 points down. So they have a good field position here to get at least a field goal out of this drive to make it a one-score game.
Prague Lions with running back Paul Breuer in the backfield next to Jalen Henderson.
Too many players on the defense. 5-yard penalty. First.
So too many players on the field. This is something that normally drives a head coach crazy. But obviously, Coach K has problems technical-wise. Headset's not working the way it's supposed to be. 1st and 5 for the Prague Lions. Jalen Henderson gets this ball off, but is getting hit while doing that. But he finds Martin Czawelka.
Really nice OTB route here, it's so-called over the ball, just spot up right in between the linebacker zones. Jalen Henderson is patient, waits for him to hitch up and throws the ball perfect spiral to him and then takes a hit. Good play here.
And now he's going deep. Jalen Henderson, and that's a touchdown for the Prague Lions. Touchdown, Keon Lissain Sr., his first touchdown for the Prague Lions.
Wow, what a bomb here. I think it was a 40 to 50 yard bomb. If I saw correctly, Lissain here on another post route, a deep post. Let's watch the replay here. I think it was a double post concept here, matched up against the DB Otto again, but this time he came away with a great catch. Nice touchdown.
The Prague Lions are definitely not giving up this game here. Their last home game of the season, extra point was close, but it is good. The next score is Frankfurt Galaxy 23, Prague Lions 19. Here we see it again, Lissain on that post route. Nobody up above, and Simon Otto has no chance to deal with that speed that number 3 has in his legs.
But right now we have to mention that it's just a field goal. The Prague Lions are just a field goal down against the Frankfurt Galaxy because they missed the extra point. So it's just a 3-point game right now, a close one. So the missed extra point from Rimmel, just the drive or go from the Galaxy, that can hurt them big time.
Kickoff by Marek Schruban. Ball is taken by Ashawn Moore, but only gets to the 24-yard line. But the referees saw a penalty. Most of the times this is against the returning team because most of the time it's a block in the back or a holding call. So we're waiting for Jonas Zeppelin, the white hat, to tell us whether the Prague Lions have to move back a little further or the Galaxy has to move back. So, let's listen to it.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, Prague number 4. Number 4 has been disqualified from the game.
Whoa. I actually did not see what happened there.
That is a crucial decision here. Ken Haig, probably one of the best, if not the best defensive player for the Prague Lions, getting ejected here from the game. I would love to see a replay on this one, what happened here.
Must have been Ken Haig Jr. throwing a punch or something, because everything else I would not consider being a foul that you're getting ejected for.
Yeah,
right away.
There has to be something going on.
Run play by the Galaxy for a gain of about 2 yards. Again, number 26, Anthony Marvin Buembe, the ball carrier. Minute 20 seconds to play in the third quarter. The Galaxy running the ball majority of the times. Another gain of about 2 yards. That would make it a 3rd and 6.
This is exactly what the defense is now also expecting. They set up the run pretty good in the first quarter of the second half, and right now the Prague Lions are loading the box more and more, which open up some more space for the receiver. But I'm curious if they try to take advantage of it to get the receivers involved more into the fourth quarter right now. Let's see what happens.
Well, the thing is, Ken Haig Jr. is missing back there, so you can hit somebody deep. And he does. Zach Calzada connects with Brevin Easton. The next touchdown for the Frankfurt Galaxy. The cameraman did not even catch that perfectly. But that was a quick decision, perfect pass, and Brevin Easton with the score for the Galaxy.
Calzada here showing off his arm. Huge bump here. Big separation for Easton on the go route. And that's exactly what I meant before. Giving up too much space for the receivers, manning them up, playing man coverage across the board after loading the box, giving opportunities across the field for your receivers, and Easton is such a good one to get a little separation and score a huge touchdown here.
Let's see how Ryan Rimler does from this distance. (30-20), the lead of the Frankfurt Galaxy. So there's no doubt it all smells like postseason for the Frankfurt Galaxy. Everything looks like they're going to be one of the 4 teams taking part in the BIG4 tournament. Yeah, definitely a speed advantage and then a perfectly timed pass. And Brevin Easton is in the end zone.
Very smart here from him to take an inside release, because the DB was in outside leverage, taking his speed advantage for himself and just sprinting right inside of him, and then getting a little separation to the outside by restacking him. That's what you want to see from your wide receivers.
Kickoff is off. Naturally, Ken Haig Jr. will not be returning that because he's already taking a shower, being ejected. So the return this time was run by number 19, Josef Janota. Theodrik Hansen, German player that spent quite some time in the CFL, that joined the Galaxy a little later than mid-season. Jalen Henderson with the handoff. Run up the middle by Paul Breuer for a gain of about 7 yards.
What I really like here from the Prague Lions is that they're still in the game, even though two of their best players are now out of the game, with Zuzelka being injured and Ken Hike being ejected. They still work really hard to get something out of this game and not give up so easy.
40 seconds to play in the third quarter. Henderson keeps the ball, runs for a next first down for the Prague Lions.
Speed
And
option
there's
here to
still
the
some
right side.
There's still some shuffling and discussing going on in the trenches. One can see that these two teams don't really love each other. They've built up this rivalry, Prague Lions against Frankfurt Galaxy. Chris Molumba here with a little exchanging of personal contacts.
This is the end of the third quarter. Timeout.
3 or 4 quarters are played. We're taking a little break and then we're back in the Czech Republic for the last quarter. Frankfurt Galaxy against the Prague Lions. Play by Lukas Hasselwatter. Is he going all the way? Yes, he is. Touchdown for the Raiders. Run play for the Prague Lions. And this is Paul Breuer, not only with the deep pass. This is complete. This is Aaron Jackson. This is the first touchdown of the second half. Touchdown, Raiders to hold it. One more quarter to play, and then those guys in purple want to see it black on white on paper that they made it to the BIG4 tournament, which is happening on the 15th and 16th of August in Frankfurt. Stadium formerly known as the Stadium Bornheimer Hagen, newly renamed to BBB Bank Arena. 30-20, the lead for the Frankfurt Galaxy. Prague Lions are having the ball. Deep pass over the middle by Jalen Henderson, and he connects with his number 17, Lukas Katlic.
Really nice seam route here again. Great ball placement behind the shoulder, away from the safety. He recognizes it perfectly, turns his shoulders and makes a catch. Great play here by both of them.
And again, the next pass by Jalen Henderson, and that's the next touchdown for the Prague Lions. Quick play in, and then he finds his tight end, Martin Chavelka, his second touchdown of the season. And this touchdown keeps the Prague Lions in this game.
Another seam route here we see again. Frankfurt has tough times to cover this. Wide open, great timing here. And what a response by the Prague Lions after the touchdown from Easton, coming right back to them and scoring another touchdown, making it again a 3-point game if the PST is good.
If Marek Ruban puts it through the uprights, he sends it down the main road. Extra point is through the uprights. The new score is Frankfurt Galaxy 30, Prague Lions 27. This is a 275-pound tight end making that catch. 6'4" tall, 275. That's a decent frame for a tight end, one really has to say. Here we have him,
and that's 84. Also one big advantage of him being such a huge tight end, also being involved in the blocking game, and not only as a receiver, but I would account Havelka definitely as a receiving tight end, not only as a blocking tight end, but he has the frame to do it both.
Most definitely. He is not the go-to guy for Jalen Henderson, but once they are in a passing concept and he can see Martin Havelka, Jalen Henderson definitely trusts him. Kickoff, little pitch. Number 8 is still running. The return ends at the 42-yard line. Tyler Foster with another great kickoff return.
I love to see the reverse here, just also for future games, because I've been in such a playbook where we set up these reverses, because you can also run some fake reverses, so you have to account for both sides of the field, the left one and the right one, and you never know if the ball is pitched or not, which makes it so hard for the kickoff team to cover this.
Quick dump from Calzada to Adria Botella Moreno.
Nice little pop pass here, little play action fake right across the middle. Botella Moreno wide open. Nice chunk play here for a gain of 15 to 20 yards.
At the Prague 38-yard line, trips to the right for the Galaxy handoff. This is Gerald Ameln. James Brooks, I was supposed to say, the head coach of the Prague Lions. Ooh. What a hit delivered there against Adria Botella Moreno. Milos Ilic says, welcome to the Czech Republic.
Another little pop pass. We saw a couple plays before. This time he cannot control it. Ilic was right there to put his shoulder on the chest of Moreno. I don't know if he would have caught that ball first if he could have onto it, but big hit. Also clean hit, not a helmet to helmet. Very good technique here by Ilic.
Pass to the outside by Zach Calzada, and he finds Tyler Foster.
nice comeback route here on the right side. Good concentration, keeping his both feet in bounds, securing the catch, moving the chains.
First and 10 for the Galaxy at the 19-yard line of the Prague Lions. Run play, and this is Gerald Ameln. With a run to a new set of downs, just short in front of the goal line.
Nice spin move at the top. Making the defender miss, getting some extra yards, falling forwards. So critical for running back to get an extra 1 or 2 yards.
First and goal. But Anthony Marvin Buembe is getting stopped by Alexander Bokovic for a loss of a couple.
What a play here by Borkovic. He's such a smart linebacker, even though he's not the biggest middle linebacker. His football IQ is just so insanely high that he can read something out so early and so quick, slipping tackles and making a tackle in the backfield. Crucial here for the Prague Lions.
And number 0, Alexander Borkovic, he is damn quick on his feet. Unbelievable how fast he is. Again, he almost managed to touch the running back in the offensive backfield already. But Anthony Buembe for a gain of a couple.
Yeah, Borkovic definitely knows how to use his size, which some people would think is a disadvantage, to his advantage by being so slippery and slipping underneath some blocks of the huge O-linemen, to get underneath and being so quick to get into the backfield so early and making tackles for loss and also tackles right around the line of scrimmage.
Third and goal for the Galaxy. Calzada pulling the ball back down, now throwing it into the end zone. And this is a touchdown of Norman Schum. And I was about to say, where is Norman Schum? Because number 11 is one of the best wide receivers of the Galaxy, and he had been very quiet so far.
I think it was his first touch here in the game. Broken play, I think he had him already open, but he had to scramble to the right because there was someone right into the throwing lane. But Schum here staying with him, staying available, sprinting with his quarterback. That's exactly what you need on a scramble drill. And then getting himself open into the end zone, secure the catch, scoring the touchdown. Great play here by Schum.
So the Galaxy does not have the plan to get this thing taken away from them. 37-27. Again, it's a 10-point lead for the guys in purple. But on the other hand, one could say for Norman Schum, it's a very effective working day so far. Once he touched the ball, it was a touchdown right away.
Well, sometimes not only scoring and getting targets is something you have a good work day, if you have a lot of touches and a couple of touchdowns, but you also work for your team, blocking for screens for other receivers, running some deep routes, some clear-out routes. That's what makes a wide receiver so valuable. If he just stays patient, not putting his ego over the team, but also put himself a little bit back. And then, this patience gets paid off at the end of the game for him.
During the return,
today.
holding, return team number 52, 10-yard penalty, first down.
And this is why a lot of experts actually say if you want to know what a offense is made of, look at the blocking work of the wide receivers. Because if you see wide receivers that are really putting a lot of effort into their blocking work when there's a run play or a screen, as you mentioned, then you definitely see what an offense is made of.
Yeah, 100%. Like, also the team chemistry shows off in that scenario. If some guys are blocking for their teammates and are happy for them if they score and not only themselves score. And as we saw, a nice celebration here together with the wide receivers. I think they have a good team chemistry here in the wide receiver room.
Empty backfield for Jalen Henderson. Pass to Lesane Sr., who gets pushed out of bounds, or let's say is getting convinced to go out of bounds.
Saying here with a little shallow route, if I saw it correctly. Yeah, coming across the field, has a little trouble with handling the ball and had to pick it up 2 times and then getting shoved out of bounds by Simon Otter again. Nice little gain here.
I do have to say, I really do love this passing concept with the shadow route. It's always a thing that is very, very interesting to watch. And as a wide receiver, if you're running this shadow route, I mean, the only thing you do is you hope that none of these big linebackers is not doing his job. You already hope that they're dropping back in pass coverage, because if one of those linebackers is not doing that, you're running right into him.
And let me tell you this, you also hope that your quarterback really likes you. Because if he doesn't, he will just throw the ball and say, okay, there's somebody in between, take the hit, whatever. If you get injured, we send in a new one.
Third and about 3 for the Prague Lions. Next completion by Jalen Henderson, and he finds his number 19, Josef Janota. By far the game with the most touches for number 19.
Really like the play design here. Swing route on the motion and having a double slant concept on the backside, giving us advantage of leverage either on the inside or on the outside.
Next completion by Jalen Henderson. This time it's Radim Kalous. For everybody who is listening to us who has a Czech tongue, we both don't. We're trying our best. I looked up a lot of those Czech names to find the right pronunciation, but for a German tongue, it's not that easy with all these it's shush, ush. It's always complicated, so please excuse us if one or the other name of the Czech players is not pronounced absolutely correctly. Jalen Henderson taking matters into his own hands, still on his feet. But he keeps the drive alive. A new first down for the Prague Lions.
Henderson here keeps his heart on the field and leaves it all. Really like it. Physical running, not going down easily, even though he had the first down already. Not sliding, just getting every extra yard, putting the team on his back and showing off leadership. Really love to see that here.
And if you look into the face of Jalen Henderson, he always has this smiling face. He always has fun. As soon as he's allowed to play ball, he has fun. He's always in a good mood. Unbelievable. And there he is again, but this time he is met by the big fellers.
They tried to create a little bit of a horizontal stretch here on the defense with the motioning of Breuer to the right side. But this didn't work out so well, so the Galaxy defense was not fooled by this, and the quarterback draw here didn't work out so well for Henderson.
Second and about 7, the pass by Jalen Henderson, but that's incomplete, trying to connect with Tomasz Nguyen, number 13.
Good coverage here by Jayorga. That's a textbook pass deflection here, putting his hands right in between the receiver's hands and batting the ball away. Great play here by the safety.
So it's 3rd and 7 for the Prague Lions, 7 yards to keep the drive alive. But Jalen Henderson connects with his wideouts. Radim Kalous again for a new set of downs, for a new first down for the Prague Lions. The Prague Lions do have to score in that drive here if they still want to have a chance in this game, being 10 points behind. Almost intercepted here. Way too short, that pass.
I think in the last second he realized that the window is closing on the cover 2 hole shot here, with the receiver being open, but it closed then. So he just, in the last second, he dragged it down into the ground, not risking to be intercepted here.
Trips to the left for the Prague Lions. 2nd and 10. Ooh, Jalen Henderson was hit badly, I believe, as he released that pass to Radim Kalous. Because Luya Chantre came
Personal
flying
foul.
in.
Roughing the passer, defense number 22. 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's always
a really
hard.
tough call. Yeah.
Correction, half the distance to the goal.
It's always hard for the defender. You sprinting towards the quarterback, and then like a millisecond before you're getting there, he releases the ball. I mean, the thing is, where should Louis Achantre go? He cannot devaporize himself. He cannot beam himself somewhere else. Somewhere he has to go. But
Yeah,
on the
totally
other hand,
agree with that. It's always a tough one to be physical, also to want to get the sack. But in the end, they made this call to protect the quarterback.
and that's in general a good decision rules-wise to protect the quarterback. Pass in the end zone. .449 to play here in Prague, the capital of the Czech Republic. If you're listening to us from the US and you're planning a trip to Europe, Prague should definitely be on your bucket list. I mean, you definitely have to see Prague. Impressive city with a lot of history. And Jalen Henderson trying to find a way through the Galaxy defenders.
Pressure was coming right through, and he just managed it by himself, taking off and getting a little extra yards out of this play, because I think there was no time to find any open receivers. wise decision here to get a little bit extra out of it. However, still 3rd and long.
3rd and 6 for the Prague Lions. Jalen Henderson with the pass over the middle. That's caught. That's a new first down by number 84, Martin Havelka again. And one has to say, for especially this kind of play, Havelka is absolutely the right size, because you definitely find him easily as a quarterback. And he has this frame that you can put the ball into his chest and nobody behind him will have a chance to get to it. And there is the next touchdown for the Prague Lions. Quarterback keeper Jalen Henderson into the end zone.
Again, a little tush-push here from the 1 yard line. Jalen Henderson managed it by himself. Just physically pushing it in. Good job by the O-line. It was not even close. I think
The
he was 2
previous
yards
play
into
of a
the end zone.
touchdown is under review.
Nice touchdown. And again, if the PAT is good, we have a 3-point game with a field goal, a potential field goal from the Prague Lions tying the game, sending this to overtime.
But as the Whitehead Jonas Zeppelin just announced, they're taking a look at this again. But to be honest, I don't... Oh, Jalen Henderson is down there. Did he cross the line? That's the question. Well, from my point of view, they originally ruled it a fumble. They have to have evidence to overrule it. And in this pile of human beings, I don't see any chance to overrule anything.
There's so many white knees.
The ruling on the field stands as called. Touchdown.
Yeah. It's tough to see which knee was down here. But I think it was not Henderson's with the white jerseys here. So there has to be evidence to overturn it, and I think they hadn't it. So the ruling on the field stands with the PAT coming up.
And he puts it up and puts it through. So 3 minutes, 31 seconds to play here in the Czech Republic. And it's a 3-point game. 37-34, the lead for the Frankfurt Galaxy. And if the Prague Lions want to win this one, they need a turnover.
I could imagine that they elect to go for an onside kick here maybe, but 3.5 minutes to go with timeouts left. That's a really tough decision.
And if you consider the chances that a onside kick has, especially with the new kickoff rules, where beforehand you have to tell everybody that you're doing an onside kick, those statistics are so bad that I totally understand that they say Marek Ruban sent this one down the field. And maybe we have a chance that one of the returners is fumbling the ball, or we can get an interception or something like it. Both teams still have 3 timeouts left. Return is not making a lot of yardage. Tyler Foster, the ball carrier again, but there's a flag on the field. Tyler Foster, not a huge wideout, not a big, huge frame of a body, but a very quick, shifty, quick legs, wide receiver, and sure hands. Yeah,
Tyler Foster, very young receiver. He has a future in front of him. Also has the potential to still continue to grow and learn as a wide receiver.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the return team. Holding number 45, that penalty is declined. Personal foul, double team block. Return team number 14, half the distance to the goal, first down.
So not really a perfect field position for the Galaxy for what could be the last drive of this game. Definitely is a possibility. 3 minutes 21 on the clock. And as much as the Galaxy showed run play in their last drive,
there's a big chance right here for the Prague Lions to get their defense going and to get a punt here and a turnover. 3 timeouts left, 2-minute warning left. They're still in this game.
Calzada with a pass to the outside, connecting with number 19, Nico Stramann.
Timeout. Prague, their first team timeout.
Nico Stramann here on a little flat route with the receivers blocking up front for him, getting a 2 or 3 yard gain. Smart decision here to take the timeout. So if they manage here to get the Galaxy to a 3 and out, they still have a big chance, especially in that field position of the Galaxy right now, to get into field goal range and to tie this game with just seconds left on the clock.
Well, don't spoiler it, Flo.
Well, maybe I will take that back in a couple of seconds if the Galaxy manage to get a first down or maybe even a big touchdown or something else. Let's see.
One thing's for sure, James Brooks, the head coach of the Prague Lions, he has formed a unit that is playing each and every snap as if their life is depending on it. Whether they still have a chance for the playoffs, for the BIG4 tournament or not, they don't have a chance anymore, but they're still giving it everything in this matchup here. Anthony Marvin Buembe with the run for a new set of downs for the Frankfurt Galaxy. And I think we can already announce that the man in purple, that the Frankfurt Galaxy will be part of the BIG4 tournament, whether it is as the number 3 seed or the number 4 seed.
Well, as you mentioned before with the Prague Lions, they're really leaving it all on the field, and I love to see that also for the future, building up a team culture where you want to play, where everyone is fighting for the other one. I like to see that. I love to see that, and also
their second
with basically nothing left for yourself being into playoff contention. Just playing up to your standard, getting better and better, and also lining up against one of the best again in Europe is something you want to have in your team and give it all in your best effort.
And the Prague Lions, one has to say, with whoever you're talking, whether it's an U.S. import or, for example, I lately had the chance to chat away with Joshua Poznansky, former safety for the Frankfurt Galaxy, and then took a D-turn over the German capital and then went to the Prague Lions. They are all speaking of the Prague Lions organization as being close to perfect. Everything is taken care of. If you're an import, everybody constantly asks whether everything is okay, if you're in need of anything or whatever. So this organization of the Prague Lions is absolutely matching the picture that their players are showing on the field. It's great, and I have to admit I am, to a certain degree, a fan of the Prague Lions. I love to watch those games.
Yeah,
This is the
definitely.
2-minute warning.
As you mentioned,
Timeout.
if they take care of their players, it's a spot where you want to play, also where you want to play for the franchise. You can identify with a team, also with the culture there. Even though they have been out of the playoff contention, as we mentioned before, it's great for the future to get something going there and build up a big franchise where more and more players love to play there and also have the ability to develop here and get the chance to play football on the biggest stage in Europe.
And one should not forget, for everybody who's listening to us, maybe from the US or outside of Europe, who is not so familiar with what American football in Europe means. In the Czech Republic, there is definitely not that base, not that big, huge American football community as it is in Germany, for example, or in Austria. So it's very good to see that there is such a good organization that is bringing those talents, those Czech talents, every week a little step further, towards this top level of play which is happening in Europe. And you see it with Alexander Borkovic, you see it with Jan Kils, the linebacker and defensive back of the Prague Lions, or you see it with Matyáš Billy, the whiteout that is not playing anymore because he's playing college football upcoming season, so he's already in the US. You always see that they're bringing up huge talent, and they have a couple of big, huge bodies in that team and a couple of great athletes. 2 more minutes to play. Naturally, a run play. Galaxy is not taking a lot of risk.
Also, Prague expected this, loading the box heavily,
Lions, their third
stopping the
and
run
final
early,
timeout.
leaving their last team timeout to have a chance to stay in the game. Last timeout, so now I think Galaxy will just try to bleed out the time as much as they can, giving up the Prague Lions maybe just the ball with a couple of seconds left. Also good vibes here by the O-lineman of the Prague Lions, with Emmanuel Häfele, number 66, here on the sidelines.
So, the Frankfurt Galaxy, 1 minute 55. And then the Galaxy will be in the postseason. They will play the BIG4 tournament in 1 minute 55. The inaugural season of the EFA for the Prague Lions will be over, because they will be bound to sit at the screens and watch what is happening on the 15th and 16th of August in Frankfurt in the BIG4 tournament. If you did not get your tickets yet, get them, because this will be like a European highlight weekend in Frankfurt happening. I truly love this idea of this BIG4 tournament, where you have both half finals being played on Saturday and Sunday in Frankfurt, in the former Bornheimer Hang Stadium in Frankfurt. And now Zach Calzada is hitting the victory formation. So the Frankfurt Galaxy, although there's a little bit of rumbling and shuffling going on, the Frankfurt Galaxy is winning this game against the Prague Lions with a 37-34. A great game that we had been able to cover here. It was really interesting to see what the Prague Lions did without Willie P, without Matyáš Billy, without Adam Žuželka, who we're sending out our best wishes that he is getting well pretty soon.
Even though having down a couple of players here, with Matyáš Billy being out of the game, Also, Willie Patterson being injured, Ken Hike Jr. They managed up to put 34 points on the board against a decent Galaxy defense. Great to see that. Great effort by the Prague Lions. And as you mentioned before, best wishes to Adam Zuzelka. Hopefully it's not too bad of an injury.
So the Frankfurt Galaxy is in the Big Four tournament. They're in the playoffs. There's more to come of European football, Alliance football. That was it from the Czech Republic. I'm saying thank you very much, Florian Lengauer, for his commentary today. And we're saying all the best. Have a good off-season to the Prague Lions. Thank you very much for listening. And now we're off. There's one more game to be played, and that is in the Tivoli Stadium in Innsbruck. Just switch over and follow Musketeers against the Raiders Tirol. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Yeah. You ready? Hey. Let's go. Back. Yo, once again I'm back around. Real shit back in style. Haters reconcile. I'm so black and proud. First class tickets now. Feet all in the eye. Everybody looking down. Everybody get red when you drown, huh? Looking me up. I'm putting it down. You picking it up. Checking the models. They want us to go to college just so we can be stuck. Go to school to make a living. Or teach yourself to make a fortune. Common sense. Welcome to the apocalypse. Bitch, I'm one of the horsemen. I don't need your endorsement. I don't need reinforcement. Giving you your last warning. Cause I'm at my prime. Yeah. I'm at my prime. Whoa. Have I gone too far? Do you detect something different? If you look inside my head, would you say something's missing? If you could give all your riches just to say the word, would you risk it? These politicians so old, can't tell if they're dead where they living. Better ask Kathy Griffin. You know I like to raise stakes. We was always taught to hit the gas, we ain't even know they made brakes. We control our own fate. Watch the dreams take shape. Try to keep us out, we gon' freak out, turn this bitch to water cake. I don't need your mandate, don't need you to elevate. I'm about to detonate, cause I'm at my prime. Yeah. I'm at my prime. Said I'm at my prime. We at our prime. Hey, hey, we at our prime. Yeah. I'm at my prime.